Hi everyone, it's Miss Rossi. Today we are going to start a Seascape project. What you will be needing is your Seascape paper from your art folder. This should be 2 white pieces of paper. One is going to be a little bit smaller than the other. Today we are only going to need the big paper, so I'm actually going to take off the small paper and the label and save those in my art folder for next week because we are just using the larger white paper today. If you didn't have these papers in your art folder, any white piece of paper that you have at home will work for today. We're also going to be needing a pencil, an eraser, something to trace your picture with. I'm going to use a Sharpie today because it's permanent, and I'm going to use some watercolors to color my picture in, but you can use any kind of permanent marker or pen. If you're not using watercolors to add color and you'd like to use something else like crayons or colored pencils, then you can use anything else to trace your picture. I also have a paper on canvas that shows different bottle shapes and designs that you can pull up as reference to help you come up with some ideas. For our project, we are going to draw a seascape inside a bottle. Today on Canvas, we got to look at all of the different artists who are making artwork based on environmental issues, trying to raise awareness about things like recycling and pollution in our oceans. So we are going to make our own artwork that emphasizes the importance of recycling and taking care of the planet by drawing an underwater scene inside a plastic bottle. So we have all different bottle shapes to pick on our idea sheet. If you want to draw your own shaped bottle, you can do that as well. If you want to draw something else like a plastic cup, maybe you'd get from like Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts, you can also draw that too. It is up to you. I'm going to pick one of the water bottle shapes from our paper, and we are going to draw that nice and big on our white paper. Now we want this pretty big because we are going to be filling it next week with all different undersea animals and pictures. So we want to make sure that our bottle is big enough to fit all of those things next time. So I'm going to start at the top of my paper, and I am just going to sketch out my bottle shape using my pencil. I am going to do, I think, like one of the bigger plastic jugs. So I am starting at the top, sketching out the cap. And this does not have to be perfect. We are just sketching. Going to draw the neck of the bottle coming straight down, and then my bottle is going to curve out towards the sides. So I'm doing one of those bigger like gallon jugs. So then I have plenty of room next week to add all of my sea creatures in there. There we go, that looks pretty good. It's nice and big, it's coming out wide towards the sides. And then it is going to kind of curve in and back out a bunch of times to make these ridges along the sides. Going to have it come out and curve around almost to the edge of my paper. Trying to make this as big as I can fit it on my page. There we go. I can go in with my eraser and just clean up my sketch a little bit and fix the shape anywhere where I don't like it. We're doing this in pencil as always, so you can go in and change it until you like the way that it looks. That looks pretty good. I do think my cap should kind of scoot over a little bit so it is more in the center. There we go, that's better. Once you like the shape of your bottle, you're going to grab your marker or whatever you're using to trace your picture, and you're just going to trace right over your pencil lines. So I'm just very carefully going to follow along with my sketch and trace over all of my designs. Now I know in our bottle ideas sheet, there are details drawn across the center of our bottle. We do not want to draw any of those things. You'll notice that I only drew the outline shape. It is sometimes helpful to draw some of those little inside details as you are drawing the shape of your bottle to make sure it is accurate looking, but we do not want to draw any of those little details and designs inside our bottle today because we are going to be filling that section in with some other things. So we don't want to draw anything like labels or logos or any other little details like that. We just want a big outline. There we go. Once you have that traced, you can grab your eraser and erase any pencil lines that you can still see. And now it is time to add color. So I'm going to color in my picture using my watercolors today. You can use any material you have at home to add color. It does not have to be paint. But with my watercolors, I'm only going to use my cool colors, my blues, greens, and purples, because our bottle is going to be showing a underwater seascape. So it's going to be showing like a landscape underwater. So we want to have a nice water-based background happening in our picture. If you want to add a little bit of brown or something along the bottom to look like sand, maybe even green for all of the vegetation that's growing at the bottom of the ocean, you can do that. But then we want to focus on our cooler colors so we can show the water of the ocean taking up the rest of our bottle. So those blues, greens, and purples are going to be great to fill in that space. So I wet my paintbrush and I'm actually going to go in and add just a little bit of like a light brown color along the bottom to show the sandy bottom of our ocean. And now I'm going to wash my paintbrush, and then starting from the top and working my way down, I'm going to use my cool colors, my blues, my greens, and my purples to fill in the rest of my bottle. You can decide if you want to leave your cap white or if you want to fill it in with your ocean colors. It is up to you. That is my bottle all finished. I'm going to leave this to dry, and next week we're going to collage in different animals and details to create our underwater landscape. Once you're done with your project, you can just let it dry and then save it in your art folder until next week. Since we are finishing these next time, you do not need to hand anything in today. Just make sure you save your paper in a safe place. I hope you had fun learning all about environmental art in class today. Try your best, have fun, and get creative as you're creating your background for our project, and I will see you guys soon. Bye!